Okay, this is a short video about my 7-inch Android tablet install in my 2003 R53. I've been reading a number of different posts about how others have installed tablets into the dash of their cars, and when No More Rack came out with a $60 tablet, I figured, what the heck, I might as well try it. So I ordered one up. It's here. It's a 7-inch Android tablet. And originally I had intention of putting it into the dash here, but that would have meant to move the switches down, move the heater and AC controls down, move the radio to the glove box, or get a different head unit, grind out or put some type of frame into the side columns here so that it would hold it. And that would have been okay, but the radio itself, I really don't hate the radio. I didn't want to buy another head unit just for that. The radio allows me to do Bluetooth with my cell phone for hands-free calling. There's Sirius XM on the radio. I've got a lot of electronics that are supporting the radio. You can see I have them all underneath the dash here. I also have a module that allows me to take and use the controls on the back of my steering wheel to control volume up and down, source, channel changes, and so forth. And that module I had to wire in one wire at a time, which was a real pain. So to move all of that to the glove box would have been a hassle. Plus, that would have locked me into this particular tablet, where maybe if the tablet broke, I'd have to find exactly the same size, or I couldn't switch it out if I had to for whatever reason. So all of these really kind of pushed me away. All of those reasons pushed me away from installing it into the dash. So what I came up with was this hinged approach. And you can see there's an actual hinge along the back side here. And when I need to get access to the heater or AC controls or to the radio, I just have to lift it up and I have access to those items. Or when I'm not, I just leave it down and I still have access to my switches, so easy access is there. I don't really touch the radio a lot to change stations. I can do that on the steering wheel with the volume and so forth. Listen to XM radio, Sirius XM radio. So this gave me a pretty good option here. The interesting part is, what did I use for this hinge? Well, that hinge started as a box that was a nut and bolt box from a toolkit. You can see here's the box. Here's an example of that box. There's the inside. Right along the back side, you'll notice that the hinge is a nice long hinge, and the box is a fairly thin metal, but it's fairly strong. So this really is what started the whole process here. All I had to do was cut it to the size that I want, file it, grind it down so it didn't have any sharp edges. I actually put some paint on it because there were some scratches along the way, and I ended up with this particular hinge mechanism. I have a little slot there for wiring so that I can run wires if I ever want to run a connection for my auxiliary. I can put a micro SD card in here and run my music off of that. I can run it through there. So I have a lot of options in that regard. So this is a pretty nice install here. It's pretty simple, straightforward. I have been driving the car with it. It doesn't rattle, it doesn't shake. This particular hinge fits snugly between this top part of this bottom part of the dash and the top part of the radio. In fact, I thought I would have to bolt that in, but it's a snug enough fit where it just slides in there. So if I ever need to even remove the hinge, I don't have to disassemble the entire dash. I could just pull that out. So this seems to be working out pretty well. So if we take a look at it, start it up. That's dash command software. It's a piece of software that reads either a Wi-Fi or Bluetooth OBDII module, and right now I have it connected up. I actually have the module. You'll see, I'll show you now that it's running. You can actually see the module underneath there making its connection, talking to the tablet. So and there's my radio turning on. So I have access to it if I need. When I don't, I can just control it with the wheel. There's a lot of really interesting functions with Dash Command. If you haven't seen the software, it's pretty cool to play with. Now this is still a full tablet, so I don't really have any other software on there, but for right now I'm just running Dash Command. I'm sure I'll get GPS software and mapping software and even move my music over to there, but all I have at this particular point in time is the Dash Command software. The nice thing too that I did on this particular install, because I can slide, I have a lot of flexibility about the depth at which that this tablet sits. I have a little, you can see right here, there's a little rubber grommet that I put on there. That rests on the bottom of the heater and AC controls. So the tablet, you can see it's a nice even flat with the dash. If I ever wanted to take and maybe give it a little more elevation, all I have to do is get a different size grommet and put it in there, and I can tilt it up. I could take the grommet off and lay it more flat. But that's my install. I hope it gives some other people some ideas. It's a nice flexible. It's not as intrusive as cutting it into the columns and putting it in the dash, but for what I needed, I think this was a pretty good and pretty straightforward way. Hope that helps and gives some other people ideas. Take care.